happened, I saw in the recording like there was no audio in the last some few minutes actually. So in that video, let me explain what was happening at that time when it was muted. Basically, I tried to debug I tried to debug and see if both the microservices are connected or not. So basically, our scheduler was successfully able to send a exchange object or exchange object using REST template to our dash server. Right now, in the previous video, one more thing you have noted, like the Kafka, right? We were using Kafka template here. Let me show you. So here we were using Kafka template for sending the data, right? So in this video, what we are going to see, going to run up and running our Kafka. Why? Because when it tries to send this Kafka template, tries to send uh, the fields, actually the GPS fields, then what happens? You can see here it is not able to connect with the Kafka broker, which should be running on localhost 9092. So that's the same thing. We are going to fix this error. We are going to fix this error by installing Kafka and making it up and running, right? So let's do that. For that, what we need to do, we need to go on Kafka official site. You can see here, just click on download, and once you click on download, there would be different binaries like for 2.13, Kafka 4.2, something like that, right? So you can download. I have downloaded one version, which is, let me show you if I can show. Yeah, here you can see this is this one I have downloaded and I'm working on this one. Here if you can see Kafka 2.138, I think this one I'm running. Cool. So once you download, install and download, what you need to do, we need to go through the files. Like there is a bin folder inside it, and you can see there are different commands which you can run, which are important actually. Just like to create a consumer, there is Kafka console, consumer, producer, these kind of things are there, right? To understand what are consumer and producer, let me give you very little bit enlighten with Kafka. Let me enlighten you with the Kafka. So just see here, I want to give a rough idea, not very solid. If you want to go solid, you have to go by you have to go and learn some YouTube channels, that would be better there. But yeah, here you are going to understand project related knowledge, what is related and what is required in the project. So in this project which we are building, so now just understand here Apache Kafka. What is Kafka? Kafka is a messaging queue. What happens, uh, a message, whenever we want to deliver, basically we there is a queue, different queue, maybe Kafka act as a messaging queue. It handles the messages. Okay, there are publisher and subscriber. Publisher pushes the message into the Kafka broker, and then Kafka consumer consumes from it, right? And this, what is Apache Zookeeper? What it does is basically it orchestrate means manages, act as a coordinator for Kafka producers, consumers, and Kafka brokers. Every the state metadata, you can see metadata handling. What is metadata? Metadata is all everything related to Kafka topic, Kafka consumers, Kafka producers, and everything related to that is handled by Apache Zookeeper, right? Now you will let me go through what is Kafka producer, Kafka consumer, what is topic broker. Very few time I will take into this. So Kafka in a nutshell, by definition, Kafka is a distributed system that allows multiple services to communicate with each other via its queue based architecture. Queue, you know, first in first out, right? FIFO. With that out of the way, let's go and understand the basic of our terminology. So here you can see there is a broker. In this diagram, look first, understand this diagram. Here we have producers and a Kafka cluster. You can see three brokers are inside it, and then there are consumers. So basically producer, consumer, and a message queue. Here is a message queue. Just let me put some simpler diagram. Actually it is very detailed one, little bit detailed actually, not very. Yeah, Kafka components. I want a very simple diagram, not very much detail. This one you can see, this diagram. Producers, different producers are there, then consumers are there, and then single node, single Kafka broker. It is Kafka broker. So one topic is there, right? And then zookeeper, which manages or orchestrates everything. Cool. So single topic is here, single broker is here. Now let's come back to here. In this diagram, you can see a broker. Broker is a server which has Kafka running on it, and it's responsible for the communication between multiple services. Multiple brokers would form a Kafka cluster. So in this diagram, since there are three brokers, broker 1, broker 2, broker 3, that's why they are making a Kafka cluster. Cool. And what is broker? Broker is a server instance which is up and running. So you can see here, I have already installed after downloading the Kafka. So here you can see there are few commands which we need to run. So here you can see if we run this command bin Kafka server start this, so this server starts, right? So this is a broker actually. This is a broker instance, right? I think you got the idea. Broker one is basically a broker is a server which has Kafka running on it. So you can see when I run this command, the server is up and running, right? So this is one Kafka broker. If I create multiple servers, basically multiple brokers, then there would be different servers also. So this you can see here, it is up and running, actually running broker here, you can see. So this diagram is clear. Then there are producers, right? Producers, what do they? Producers and consumers, the service that produce the events to Kafka broker are referred to as producers. So what are the service? You can see this component producer, what it does, it produces an event into Kafka broker. What is event? Event is a message, right? Event is a message, message which is being published into Kafka topic, right? What is topic? In order to differentiate the type of events stored in Kafka, topics are used. In short, a topic is like a folder in a file system where only events or messages related to a specific type or record. For example, payment details, user details, everything. So what is topic? Just understand topic is a logical name here which stores different partitions actually. Inside topic, we have different partitions. Partition is nothing but a queue, okay? So topic is collection of queues, you can say, collection of multiple queues where producers can produce and consumers can consume from. Okay, and then there is replication factor. Replication factor is basically how many numbers of copies we need to have of a partition. So here if we have replication factor of 2, look into this diagram here, it can give you a better idea. It is a diagram of topic. Inside topic, what happens, there are different partitions, like partitions of a topic. We can have partition 0, partition 1, partition 2, and inside it you can see there are 3 queues, right? So these 3 queues make a topic, and there are some numberings, you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. So what is it? It is an offset. Offset, it is offset. What is offset? The number, basically an immutable number is assigned to each messages, and it is serial, Actually there is no gap, it is kind of contiguous. So it is called an offset. To recognize a message, every message is given a number, right, in the Kafka topic, and that number is an offset from where, suppose server stops or something happens, server breakdowns, and when it restart, then it basically it can read from that particular offset where it had last committed, right? That's why there is offset, and these are immutable. It cannot be basically you cannot mutate it. Every time you put a new message, you will simply append it. Here in the right side you can see some dashes are there, right? So it is for writing. Cool guys, so this was that. And what is Zookeeper? I have already told. Zookeeper is an extra service present in Kafka cluster that helps maintaining cluster. ACL stores the offsets for all partitions of a, basically it is metadata, it handles metadata. Okay, you can go and understand. And there is one more thing, consumer group. A bunch of consumers can join a group in order to cooperate and consume messages from a set of topics. This grouping of consumers is called consumer group. If two consumers have subscribed to the same topic and are present in the same consumer group, then these two consumers would be assigned a different set of partitions and none of these two consumers would receive the same message. So basically what it is saying, if we have, suppose here we have three consumers, right? If we want to move them into two clusters, like two consumers in a one consumer group and one consumer in another consumer group, suppose we have CG1 consumer group 1 and CG2 consumer group 2. So consumer group can independently read from different topics. Okay, and same thing can happen with the consumer group too. Basically both consumer groups can receive different read from all the topics as per their need, right? Cool guys, so this I wanted to tell you, very simple question, very simple idea, and go and basically see for more of the understanding for the Kafka. So if you want to understand more of the Kafka, just try to go. Otherwise, I can create a video in detail, maybe 1 to 2 hours, so that you can understand what is Kafka consumer group, what is topic partition, everything in detail. That I can do. But for now, I just wanted to tell you about, if you have basic idea about Kafka, then at least you should know like what are consumers, what event broker, these things. If you are aware of this, then you are good to be here for the project. Okay, so now let's move to our project. Just I wanted to show you that I have downloaded, and what we need to do, we need to run some commands which are given on official site. So here you can see get a quick start, you can click. We need to start the Kafka environment, right? So we have started. So first start the Kafka server. You can see start the Kafka server, and then before that we need to run the Zookeeper, right? So let me run the Zookeeper first. Here you can see this command we need to run, bin Zookeeper server start.sh config zookeeper.properties, right? And you can see I am using Kafka 2.13 2.8.1. So this one I am right now using, right? Cool. Now let me start the Zookeeper server. It's starting, and now after once Zookeeper started, we can run this command bin Kafka server. We can start Kafka server. So let's start here. You can see bin Kafka server.start config -server.property. So this command I copied, and now I'm going to run it. Okay, so it will start our Kafka server. Here let's see Zookeeper started. Yeah, here you can see it is started. Okay, creating a log file, log.at, everything. Don't worry about this, we can see inside them. Our binding port is 2181, so Zookeeper is listening on 2181. You can remember the port name because it is kind of default. 2181 for this, and 9092 and 9091 for Kafka. Basically if there are multiple brokers are running, otherwise by default it is 9092 for Kafka server. So you can see here it is already started. successfully. If you get some errors, then you can go and find on the internet. That's good. But if you are till here, if you have reached, then it is up and running, right? So here you can see I have some of the Kafka broker server running, right? Now here you can see bin Kafka topics.sh. I want to create topic, and what is the topic name? This command is to use to create for topic. So to create a topic, you can see we have to go down, create a topic, right? You need to read this article. So what we, this command I need to copy, right? So I have already copied it, and here hyphen hyphen topic, and then you see this is the name of the topic. And to remove, we need to put our topic name, right? So what is the name of our topic? ds hyphen something was there, right? um, gps raw. This is the Kafka topic, and then gps raw. So this is the name of our topic. So let's create this topic, gps raw. Now we will click on this and it will create. Okay, actually it is not the create, it is describe command. There would not be any topic created, so it will give you exception, right? GPS raw does not exist. Cool. Now let's create our topic. Here you can see there is a command, create command, right? So here we need to write. Here, look here. It is create command, and earlier it was describe command. So let's create the topic for our project which we are using. So it is GPS raw. It's creating. Yeah, you can see. Cool. Created topic GPS raw. Now let's just describe our GPS raw. It is empty, but you would get something like that. Topic, partition, leader, replicas, ISR, everything, right? Yeah, here you can see. So cool, guys. Our topic is created. Now we can go into our topic. We can see if we have any producer. We have here, this is the command for running the producer. So here you can come down, you can see console producer. So this is for starting a producer, right? We can start a producer, and then there should be some consumer. So we can write a consumer also, but yeah, we don't need that because we already have a producer, right? We just wanted our Kafka server to be running and a topic where this Kafka server, here you can see where it is, this one, right? So Kafka producer service would send the details. So for sending the details, you can see we need a topic, right? So we need a topic, then partition key, not this method. We need three things, right? Topic, and then key, and then vdata, right? So these three things we need, and we know it is a producer. Kafka templates is basically creating a producer here, right? Now let's run our this service and this service, so that we can easily see if our Kafka template, basically it is able to send the packet to the topic or not, right? Which the topic which we recently created. Cool. So चलो देखते हैं कहाँ गया. Yeah. So let me run this, guys. We want to run it in a debug mode, not this one, the other one, GPS tracking. Yeah, here I want to see if our debugger reaches or not. So Kafka producer service, you can see this is our Kafka producer, right? Till now we don't need any consumer, later we will need, so we will consume on our project requirement when it is required. Cool, guys, awesome. Now see our this project, right? Packet builder, sender service. This service basically you can see post for object. It is sending URL, entity, and string class. These three things basically it is sending. So what is the URL? URL you can see here, application YML file. To this URL it is hitting, which is a dash URL, and dash you can see this is dash. And let's see the URL. What is localhost slash gps slash ingest. So here you can see localhost 808181. Actually the server which is running, it should be 8081, right? Yeah, so 8081, this is, now you can see the URL is http localhost 8081, then gps, then ingest, then gps, then ingest, and successfully we have communicating with this service, these two microservices. Like this microservice is communicating with dash microservice, right? Successfully. Now you can see the payloads are there. So let me take here payload. You can see this is the payload. We have Kafka producer service. So basically what it is going to do, producer service should produce, right, should produce the data. Let me come here. Okay, let's go debug. We are getting device ID as a key. Okay, that's why we are splitting it. And entire message to be payload. This is the entire payload, and it is going to publish it, right? It is going to publish it. So let's see. It is going to publish. What is the name of the topic? This should be GPS raw, right? Kafka GPS raw. Awesome. So it is going to look for the Kafka topic. So here you can see GPS raw. This is the topic, and this is the message. Good. Awesome, awesome. You can see it has successfully sent, right? So it will continuously do that. Let me show you it. Let it do continuously send the packet, and we are going to see it in the Kafka topic, right? So this is our topic right now. Let's see the message if we have any. So just let's see if we have any. Okay, not here. We need to look into the topic. It is just describing. Actually you can see we have a topic audit and GPS raw topic, partition count 1, replication factor 1, segment we have got it, right? And sync replicas. And now after every 15 seconds what it is going to do, it is going to send a 15 or 10, what I configured, let me see. Every 10 seconds it is going to send a packet. So here you can see it is sending batch, right? All the messages are sent in batch, not one by one. So try to understand this. If there are hundreds and thousands of messages, what Kafka does, it does not send message for each message. It is not going to communicate with the broker. For a batch, actually it sends the message into batch to the Kafka topic, right? Now it is sending, and let's see the messages. Actually we are interested into the message, right? We have done so much things. Now we want to see the messages. So here you can see it is Kafka console producer. No, we already have written Java producer in Java, so we don't need this producer. We need here. Let's see a consumer bin Kafka console consumer.sh. So what we need to see here, you can see consumer, how to consume, right? Where is that command for consumer? Yeah, here you can see read the events. To read the events, what need to do, we can run this command. What it is, basically bin slash Kafka console consumer dot sh, and then topic we need to give the name, then start from the beginning. So basically it will read the message from the beginning, and then our bootstrap server localhost 9092, right? So let's use this one. Here you can see bin Kafka, this one, and the topic should be different, right? It is our topic. What is our topic? GPS raw, right? GPS hyphen raw. What it was? GPS raw. Okay, no need to copy. I will type it GPS raw. GPS hyphen raw. This is the topic, and we are going to read the messages into it, and all should be visible here, right? It's taking time actually. It's still loading. I don't know why it's taking so much time. We don't have lot. We have not published very lot of messages. I think every 10 seconds we are passing, right? So in a minute we are passing 6 messages. Cool. So 60 messages or 100 messages, nothing. It is nothing for Kafka. Kafka can handle millions and billions of records, right? Producer is producing into this one, and why we are not able to see the messages. Let me see. Produce process 0 messages. Here you can see no messages it is able to produce. We are successfully sending, right? Let me close this for now. We are sending the message here, and all messages should be right here only. Let's see. Consumer offset 30. You can see here offset it is increasing, right? So we have processed 30 messages, I think. Consent, transition, Kafka properties, GPS raw with 0, GPS broker 0, GPS raw 0. And then lead partition, okay, initial watermark turns into date in generation 2. This with on adding new member console consumer, okay. Okay, assignment received from leader for the group consumer this for generation 1 with 0 of which are static, and then has left and removed from the group coordinator preparing the rebalance and is now empty. It is empty. Why it is empty? We are not getting our messages. At least if we it is not able to see them. Let me do one more thing. It should be GPS not here. GPS topic. We are having this one, right? File paths. Let's see log slash GPS raw. Let's see here if we have something. GPS raw inside the logs, right? So is there any logs? Yeah, here. Zookeeper GC Kafka controller log controller dot log. Mm-hmm. It is not here. It is sending successfully, right? Scheduler is sending the packages continuously, which is good. And let me enable debug. It is also successfully publishing, right? Publish string. Let's come here. Cool. We have device ID, entire payload. Okay. Device ID. Then this one, this payload we are sending, and string GPS raw. GPS raw is nothing but GPS dot raw, GPS raw dot log, right? Not this one, sorry, GPS dot raw. Okay, GPS raw. Suppose if we got this topic GPS raw, then it is sending GPS dot raw. Right. Device ID we are sending payload, entire payload. And if we are getting Kafka topic properties, we are getting the topic, right? We are getting the data, key and value, right? Key and data, right? So this is our topic name. We are getting the key, we are getting the data. There should not be any error, right? It is successfully sending into that. So it is getting the topic details. Okay, let me know. It's doing everything fine. Consumer should read it. What I wanted to say, this consumer should be able to read GPS raw from the beginning. We are using Kafka console consumer GPS raw from beginning. Bootstrap server localhost 9092. The messages, I don't know why it is not reaching to GPS raw. Somewhere it is happening some problem. Okay, I got the problem. I think this is actually the problem. The topic name, actually it is going for the GPS raw string in the properties file, and here it is not getting it is getting GPS hyphen, it is not getting GPS hyphen raw, right? This should be the reason. Let me restart the server so that we would be able to see the messages, right? It should be GPS raw because topic is GPS raw. I want to see, actually I want to check if it is what we are going to do is correct or not. Yeah, it is sending successfully the data. Now let's see. Okay, cool guys, here you can see that was the problem. The messages are already loading, right? It's reading all the data which it has sent. Now after sending, every 10 seconds what will happen, it will send the data, right? The packets which are being generated, you can see here ignition on, every packet is having ignition on, but there should be some toggling, but it's okay. It is generating by itself. Cool guys, so in this video it was I wanted to show you about Kafka up and running, downloading, then installing it, then up and running with the commands on the via official site. Cool, I think it is working fine. Here we are successfully able to connect with GPS tracking microservice with dash microservice and successfully able to publish into the Kafka topic, and later we are successfully able to read from the topic also. We can see this consumers, right? Cool guys, for now I will start this server, which stop this server, which one, this packet builder, so that it will not send more data, right? It will not send more data, basically it will stop consumers, all the messages are there. So let's see how many messages it read. You can see it has read 9048 messages, right? This much of the messages Kafka was able to consume in such a short time, right? It can actually handle millions and millions of messages. It's okay. We will now see the next one, right? What is going to happen in the next one? Let's see the Zira board. What do we have there? Cool. We are going to have this Kafka integration for publish and subscribe, right? So this integration I think we have already handled. Let me move to this one and to be done, right? It is also done. And okay, let me assign it to this person, not this one, this one. Cool guys, so now this publish we saw, subscribe we didn't see. Subscribe means subscribers, just like in YouTube we have subscribers, and when a message is processed, just like someone comes on live everybody gets the notification, like, so subscribers get the notification. The same way in the Kafka, consumers are subscribers. Cool. So we will see the consumers. We saw here the one consumer which was subscribed to that particular topic, and we were successfully able to get the messages which were published to that particular topic, GPS raw. Cool. See you in the next video, guys. Let's see what we are going to do.